So I went home and I stayed in bed for like a week. Like I just cried every day uncontrollably. And I found that nighttime was the worst. And it still is the worst for me even now. I noticed that that's when my anxiety is the highest. That's when my emotional, um, I can't think of the word, my emotions are out of whack, I guess. Um, I tend to get very, very emotional at nighttime. Um, I feel very agitated and scared. Uh, so those are some of the things I feel at night. Daytime is pretty good, but I do also suffer from social anxiety and agoraphobia, agoraphobia. I can't say that three times fast. But so it's so like I feel fine in my house and I feel fine around the people I am most comfortable with, which is a very, very, very small group of people. Um, I do not go out at much at all. I just don't like it. It's not my thing. So, you see people my age or even younger going out to clubs and stuff like that. And they're like, "Hey, you want to come?" I'm like, "No, I do not want to go like at all. I just don't have any desire to." I actually went out to. I'm 24. I went out to my first bar a month ago to see my brother perform because he's in a band. That was the first time I ever went to a bar. That shows you how social anxiety, like how much social anxiety I have. And it's weird because I have this love-hate relationship with people. Like I crave um human interaction, I guess, but I am terrified of it. I am not good with socialization at all, or socializing at all. I'm so awkward, and I have people tell me that I'm not, but I feel like I am, and I feel like people are watching me and staring, and like I don't care what people think, but my social anxiety just like I just feel like everybody's bearing down on me, and it's suffocating. I hate it. um but talking about my depression, I don't want to try to start babbling about that, so I will leave that for another video. If you want to know more about that, just leave a comment or whatever. um but back to the depression. uh um it's oh So, after that incident, I thought, it'll go away, it'll go away. Week later, still wasn't gone. I was still in bed, didn't want to do anything. My fiance knew something was wrong, and he told me, you need to go to the doctor. And I am terrified of doctors as well. And it's not just the doctor, it's just going out and having that human interaction. So I was like, no, I'm not going, and you can't make me. And I just wallowed in my pity and my depression. And um, I called my aunt every day, every night, and stayed on the phone with her for hours crying while she consoled me. And, I thought maybe I'm just cooped up in the house and maybe I should go out and see my family. Maybe that'll make me feel better. So I visited some family, my mom and my siblings, and um, I just, I mean, it was the first time that I just didn't care that I was around them. And it made me even more depressed because they are the people I love to be around the most. I they make me so incredibly happy. I'm so close with my mother and my siblings, and to feel and to think that I don't want them around me, get away from me, I don't want to talk to you because I feel so bad, was just a heart-wrenching thought and feeling to feel. And it made me feel worse than I already felt. So I ended up staying a little bit longer than I wanted or should have, and I went back home, still wasn't feeling good. And I'd say 2 months passed, and it still was bad. It was actually getting worse. I mean, I had one day out of the 2 months that I felt good, and um, I remember I walked out into the kitchen and I was watching Brother Bear 2, and I pressed it on pause because I was hungry. I walked out to the kitchen and I made a bowl of mashed potatoes and 2 hot dogs. I know that may sound gross to some of you, but I like it. And I was making my plate, and I scooped a spoonful of mashed potatoes and I went to go put it in my mouth. And as soon as I did, I broke down and I started crying. And I was so scared and confused. Oh, why am I crying? I'm eating mashed potatoes. So I ran into the bedroom and I was like, just sit down. It'll be okay. Watch a movie. And I couldn't even finish Brother Bear 2. I cried through the whole movie, sobbing. Like, you know, those really bad cries when you're like, that's how bad I was crying. And I couldn't even finish my food. And I usually love food. And for me to push food away was a little weird, even for me. And believe it or not, that was the deal breaker. That's what made me go to the doctor, because I am and have always been an emotional eater. I will eat when I'm sad, when I'm bored, when I'm mad, when I'm, angry, whatever. It doesn't matter. And I was like, something's really wrong. So I went to the doctor and I broke down in the doctor's office, and they prescribed me um, Prozac, the lowest dosage, which is 20 milligrams. And I was like, this isn't gonna work. And I, 2 weeks in, I didn't really see big difference. I was like, oh, I feel a little bit better. But I was like, I'm just gonna stop taking this. I'm just gonna stop taking it. And the doctor told me to, don't stop taking it. And I was like, you know what? I gotta stick to this because it could work. I gotta do it. And I made myself take it. It's even though those were the hardest 4 weeks of my life, waiting for that medicine to work, more so than the 2 months I suffered through the initial depression. And then the 4 weeks came up, and I just got better and better and better and better. And now I feel almost back to normal. I feel like I'm 90% there. I still struggle, like I said, every day with it. But I make myself get up, and I make myself get dressed, and I make myself um, talk to people. It's really hard, like I said, but I try to make myself do it. And another thing I try to do is I try to do things that I like to keep my mind off of the negative thoughts, and then the negative aspects of everything negative, I guess. And I don't. It's like the things that usually help me out the most is painting, or writing stories, or sketching, playing games, doing my makeup. That's like a therapy for me. Like, seriously. I talk to some people that are very close to me in my life, that know and understand what I'm going through. Um, and that's pretty much how I deal with it. And my fiance is a freaking saint because he just loves me unconditionally, and he's always so supportive, and I love him so much because of it. Um, I don't know how many people would stay with somebody who is the way I am, because it's not only depression either. I'm pretty eccentric, I guess. I'm a little out there, and he loves me regardless. So I love you, honey. Anyways, that's about it. If you want to know more or anything specific, feel free to leave a comment and a question. I will answer you. Um, I'm sorry this video was so long. I'll probably have to split it up into 2 parts, but yeah. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.